What's up YouTube, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you guys an early look at the upcoming Joe Freshgoods collaboration with New Balance on the 992 in this aged well colorway. So this is the latest collaboration between Joe Freshgoods and New Balance, and they've had a legendary run over the past 5 years. This shoe though reintroduces back the 992 silhouette, which originally released back in 2006, and then they had a huge comeback in 2020 before being temporarily put into the archives. And it's fitting that in 2020, Joe Freshgoods' first collaboration with New Balance, the No Emotions Are Emotions pack, that consisted of one of the all-time New Balance grails, which I very fortunately have in my collection right here. Fast forward 5 years later, and then they're bringing back the 992, and though it's not officially linked, this whole aged well concept, people online have been theorizing that this year's version is supposed to be like a washed out or aged version of the 2020 collab. As of right now though, the official date for this 992 is not confirmed. The rumors are that it's supposed to drop in late February maybe, but a couple weeks ago, there was a ton of size 9s, 9.5s, and size 10s that were being sold online. That just happens to be my size, and they were sold by a resale shop called Rundown, and that's where I managed to pick up my pair. According to Joe's Instagram post, apparently there was a bunch of pairs that got stolen, and I don't know, I can't confirm or deny, but somehow this shop, Rundown, was able to obtain a ton of pairs in that 3 size range. So these, I suspect, are gonna retail probably around $220 US, somewhere around that. And the style code for this shoe is U992JG1, and the official colorway for this shoe is Rose Smoke and Misty Rose. So on the tag that comes with the shoe, I don't know if you guys can see it over here, but basically it speaks to the history of Joe Freshgoods and New Balance collaborating over the last 5 years. And they specifically mention the words aged well in that over the 5-year time frame, their partnership has aged well in an industry where collaborations are very fast and sometimes very temporary. So I guess the nickname of the shoe has 2 meanings, paying respect to their collaboration or partnership, and the fact that, yes, it definitely looks like an aged version of that 2020 collab. Here's a quick look at the box. So as you can see, this comes in this peach or pinkish khaki colored box. We have aged well on the top in that classic New Balance font. On this side here, it says Made History, and we have the Joe Freshgoods logo. And then on the other side, we have New Balance branding and Joe Freshgoods branding here as well. And underneath the lid, paying homage to that 2020 release, we have the letters DBM, which stands for Don't Be Mad. So as for the shoe itself, this is your classic Made in USA 992 silhouette. And as we start things off with the toe box, you'll see this is covered in a mesh layer, and this is done in this beige or khaki tone. Right above this towards the laces, we have this light brown colored leather, which is a genuine leather, and it feels very soft and very delicate to the touch. Overlaid on both sides of the toe box, we have a dark pink colored suede. This also feels super soft and buttery, and surrounding the front toe cap, we have a darker reddish colored suede, and this also covers the eyelets of the sneaker. Sandwiched in the middle, we have another cut of that brown colored leather, and then the top 2 eyelets are covered in TPU or plastic. Beneath this, we have more of this pale pinkish colored suede. We have the New Balance N logo stitched in the center. This is reflective, and then underneath this, we have more of that same suede. This runs down the length of the side of the shoe. Above this, we have more of that darker pink colored suede. We have more mesh, along with this synthetic leather layer here with USA branding done in this shiny finish. Covering the bottom of the heel, we have more of that darker red colored suede. In the center, we have this oval shaped cutout revealing JFG or Joe Freshgoods branding. And then on the top of the heel, we have another cut of that brown colored leather. On the bottom of the heel, we have this TPU heel clip with New Balance branding. This gives you structure and support around the back end of the sneaker. And then for the laces, this pair actually comes with 5 different lace options. So the standard lace that they come with is a flat style, off-white colored lace. They also come with a pale blue colored lace, which is the one that I prefer. This to me makes it resemble the No Emotions Are Emotions pair a little bit more. But they also come with a green colored lace, more of a deeper red colored lace, and this aged or vintage looking flat lace as well. And fun fact, I don't know if this was intentional or not, but the dark pink laces, the blue and the green, I don't know if anyone noticed, but those are the colors of Joe Freshgoods' earlier collab on the New Balance 993. Anyways, moving on, so the bottom half of the tongue is covered in mesh. Covering the top, we have more of that brown colored genuine leather. We have New Balance branding embroidered across, along with Joe Freshgoods branding in the center. The back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe, this is covered in this dark beige colored liner. And then for the insoles, these come with a well-padded foam insole. The graphic, I'm not exactly sure what this is supposed to be. My first impression was that it looks like a goldfish or something like that, but maybe we'll get a little bit more clarity as we get closer to the actual release. So the upper of the 992 sits atop this chunky Absorb and Absorb SBS foam midsole. So the midsole is painted in two different tones, and as you can see underneath the forefoot and the heel, we have Absorb SBS technology. This gives you a little bit more impact protection and shock absorption. And then for the bottom, this is your classic 992 outsole. We have these grooves on the forefoot to give you some added flexibility, and in the center we have both New Balance and the classic red and blue split 992 branding. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. For those wondering about how these fit, to me these fit like any other 992 in my collection, so I personally went a half size down. I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, meaning when I go to a shoe store, step on a Brannick device, I'm actually a size 10 in between a D and an E width. So getting these in a size 9.5, they fit me very nicely in a slightly snug way. And to give you guys a point of comparison, I also wear a 9.5 in other New Balance silhouettes like the 990 V3, V4, V5, V6, the 993, whereas I stick true to size or a size 10 in a lot of New Balances made in Asia and UK models like the 860 V2, 1906R, 991, and 1500. But long story short, if you've never worn this sneaker before, if you like more of a roomy fit, you can go true to size, but if you have a narrow, normal, or even a slightly wide foot and you like more of that snug, one-to-one exact fit, then I would recommend going a half size down. Moving on to the comfort, so one thing I noticed about this pair, maybe it's just because I haven't worn a 992 in a while, but to me they felt a lot more comfortable than I initially remembered. I don't know if they tweaked the formula with this midsole, I doubt it, but trying these on, they had a good amount of softness and bounciness to them. Historically, I've always been in the camp that the 993 was the more comfortable one compared to the 992. But trying on this specific pair, I don't know, it just felt great to me. It felt extremely comfortable, assuming you're okay with a little bit more of a chunkier midsole. So if you're looking for a shoe that's very minimal, very low to the ground, this is not going to be the silhouette for you. But for me at least, this is a great option for an everyday casual use sneaker if I'm going to be walking a lot. Finally, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship, so first off, the material quality I thought was excellent. The variety of the materials I thought was great. Everything from the brown leathers to the different cuts of suede, it all really felt special, very elevated, and very premium. The build of the shoe I thought was solid as well. It wasn't nearly as good as the material quality. There were some minor issues with a little bit of glue stains and the stitch job, some very minor issues there. But all in all, I really have no major complaints for this pair. This is a great way to reintroduce the 992 to us, and I think New Balance and Joe Freshgoods definitely knocked this one out of the park. So with all of that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet. I'll lace them up for you and I'll show you guys how these look. I know this No Emotions Are Emotions 992 are often regarded as the ultimate grail when it comes to recent New Balance sneakers. So by giving us sort of like an unofficial sequel to it, I think it's great for those of us that weren't able to grab this original pair and don't want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars picking this one up. So I think this is a great option. This is obviously a lot more muted than the original, which makes it the more wearable colorway. If I had to choose one though, I'm leaning still towards the OG. It just has a lot more of a special and unique look to it, whereas this one, I can't pinpoint it exactly, but it just seems like something that we may have seen before in the past. That's not to take any credit away from it though. It's still a beautiful colorway and it's still a great looking sneaker. So I don't know when these are gonna drop, but when they do, hopefully there's a lot of pairs to go around because, like I said, this is a great way to bring back the 992, and a lot of New Balance fans have been begging the brand to bring back that famous silhouette. So leave your thoughts down below, let me know what do you guys think about this pair. When these drop later on, hopefully this month, are you planning on copying these? Or are you not feeling the look of the sneaker and it's gonna be a pass for you? As usual, if you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Be sure to check out my social media channels. You can find all the links down below. Appreciate all of your love and support, and I'll catch all of you in my next video.